Alright, welcome back everyone. It's been quite a while since I've uploaded a video. I guess we'll get straight into some 3-minute blitz. Pretty sure my rating has decreased quite a bit. Yeah, I'm at 1844, so I've dropped off quite a lot. I haven't been playing too much chess recently, but we'll see how we go. Okay, normal Sicilian. I remember that at least. Alright, let's just develop knights, get some nice central control. Let's play bishop here. Okay. Let's castle. Maybe get our queen onto this square. Yep. Could go queen here. This sort of pins the knight. And then we can drop our bishop back. This should be good. Knight takes here is bad for him. Oh, I missed that move immediately. Is that bad for us? I think it may be. I can still play this move and go for a queen trade. And then probably just drop my bishop back to either e7 or a5. Okay, I have to take the knight here. It's not looking great for me. A move like that, for instance, could be quite annoying. And already it looks like I'm losing. Wow. Big mistakes. We'll see. We'll see what we can do here. Maybe we can do something. Wow, he didn't take the rook, which is interesting. Because I would have thought that taking the rook would just be completely winning in this position. Guess we play b6. We want to try and get this bishop out. Let's get this bishop onto b7. Rook's connected. Maybe rook c8. I'm still curious why he didn't just take the rook. He would have been completely winning, I think. What do we want to do here? Maybe we want to play rook d8, preparing something like d5. We can go d5 straight away, I think, actually. Let's try d5. Because if he takes with pawn, then I can maybe go for a recapture with knight. Actually, that may be too risky. Let's play knight here, opening it up another attack. So we have 3 attackers. He does have 3 defenders though, but in the process he will be losing his queen. So if something like knight takes and then knight takes, okay, never mind, that didn't happen. But I can take that pawn. I'll recapture with rook, still attacking this with 3 pieces. So knight takes, and then after queen takes, I can just take back and I will be up a piece. So that's bad for him. Let's drop back here. We want to try and, I guess, defend our weaker squares and prepare to retake this pawn. I don't know how he didn't like have a completely winning position after I sort of stuffed up the opening. But we'll see what we can do. This is a not terrible position at all. Okay, let's just take this pawn. Knight takes, I'll retake with probably rook. And then now I'm just, this looks completely winning for me. Ooh, I need to be careful of back rank threats. Okay, so I can't take the bishop. Let's just play this move. Save back rank. Attack the bishop. Get my rook on the 7th rank. Then start attacking a few more of his pieces. Maybe queen here next. Yeah, let's go straight for it. Queen here, threaten checkmate. Then take his pawns. Let's attack the rook at the same time attacking the pawn. Okay, I should be able to take this pawn. I think it's fine. Let's go. Guess we start pushing the pawns. I don't see why not. No real threats by him yet. Let's play rook check. We want to play queen here. Is it possible? Yeah, it should be. It's harder for him to survive. Should be able to maybe pick up a piece here. Could maybe even checkmate him somehow with a pawn or something. That would be quite funny. But I need to definitely be careful. King here is expected, but then I'll probably play rook check, and then after king here, pawn check, king here. Rook check, and then after bishop takes, I have queen checkmate. That's pretty nice. He's running out of time, so I think he's just given up. I somehow managed to regain a bunch of material. So what happened in the opening was I just completely lost. I forgot about the tactic where if I end up getting my queen onto like this square and my bishop here, I need to be careful of knight jumping into a4, attacking these two squares and forcing my queen to move. Because then after something like this, it really sucks because I end up losing my bishop, which is quite powerful, and also falling into line with his bishop that's defended by his queen, and this knight, which ends up being a discovered. I'm quite unsure why he didn't just take the rook. Maybe because this knight is a really powerful piece back on f4. Maybe he didn't see it. I'm not sure. But I think taking the rook here for him would be quite nice, but he didn't, giving me a chance. He's only up a pawn now, and I can slowly develop. And I went for an opening in the position, and he ended up taking with his queen, which is very unusual. I couldn't take the bishop here because he can play rook d8 checkmate, so I had to stop that, threaten taking the bishop, and then I just got my pieces on the 7th rank, took a few of his pieces, his pawns rather, and then went for checkmate ideas. And that pretty much solidified the game. Alright, so let's do one more, I guess. That one was a pretty interesting one. Went from a losing position to absolutely destroying. Alright, let's see what this opponent's going to play. E4. Let's go for Sicilian a second time. Okay, this is actually quite unusual. I don't see this that often, however, it is quite simple. Usually this isn't played straight away because the bishop is now blocked off. That's the point of me playing queen c7. And so then I just go for normal Sicilian here with this bishop sort of trapped into only e2. Which is quite nice for me, but also not that big of a deal. Let's get my bishop onto a really nice diagonal. If ever he decides to push e5, my bishop has this perfect diagonal towards this king. I want to play bishop e7 as well. Then I may want to play d5 soon. Not quite yet though. I want to get this rook onto this square. How I do it though, I could just play it straight away, or I could castle queenside and then start pushing. Let's play h5 because this move can be really good for an attack. And then also, I still haven't decided whether I want to just castle kingside or queenside. Let's go queenside. My pieces are more towards the queenside, so it makes sense usually to castle that way. Can easily get my um, king to b8. Okay, that's an interesting move. As I said, it now opens up my bishop. However, I do need to be careful where I place my knight. I think I'll just play knight d5. If he takes, I'll take back with pawn, preparing something like this. Wow, my queen is so close to being trapped right now. This is not that great. That's the problem with me castling queenside as well. My pieces are sort of like blocked in. Okay, let's just get that knight out of there. We need more space on the queen side, that's for sure. Okay, here, what's the plan? Let's do the exact same thing, opening up on this side as well. My knight can hop into here now. There's no pawn to chase it away again. So it's quite safe in there at the moment. And I do probably want to retake with bishop. Actually, maybe queen is better to retake with. Taking here and then taking here. This should be winning a pawn, I think. My queen is defending this as well. And this bishop now, as I mentioned, because this is all opened up, has a really nice diagonal towards the king. So now I just want to make sure my king is fairly safe, which it is, and then maybe play something like bishop here, queen here, pawn push ideas maybe. A lot of options now. So let's go with this one. Obviously threatening checkmate ideas. There is no bishop check, which is lucky because if there was a bishop check, for instance, say the pawn wasn't there, then the rook would be able to capture my queen later on. Uh, hmm. I can play queen here, go for this pawn. I'm not too worried about it discovered because I just take this pawn threatening checkmate in one. So these bishops are really, really powerful, eyeing down towards his king. It's just a matter of finding ways to get my rooks and queen active onto the board. So okay, he went for a discovered, in which I take this, threatening checkmate. And then I'm also threatening to take the g3 pawn as well. He's probably going to move his bishop out of the way, allowing his queen to cover this square, but he's forgetting that he may forget that this is an option as well for me. So now I just take with check, I think. This is quite nice for me. He probably has to block with queen, which makes a lot of sense. Then I can just go for trades here, I think. Yeah, I could take, or I could just start pushing my pawn. Yeah, let's just start pushing my pawn. I'll let him take. I'm up 3 pawns. Oh, I missed this move. Completely missed this move. Am I losing now? I'm not losing, but I may no longer be winning. Actually, this should be still winning. I have check coming up as well. And then I can push pawn a second time. Wow. Is this possible? Okay, I have 22 seconds to win this game. I need to play a lot faster. Ah, that was a blunder. That was a massive blunder. Now I'm just getting mated. Or at least not winning anymore. That was a huge blunder. Go for a sneaky option. But this should be just game over. King here, I'll just push pawn with check. Now it actually seems like it could be drawing. But probably not the case. Wait, now this is drawing. I think. This is drawing, I'll just lose on time though. No way did I just win that on time. I do not believe it. I do not believe that for a second. I'm sorry. What? I think that was probably one of the most insane flags that I've ever done in my life. That was crazy. I swear he had like 25 seconds or something when I had like 2. Very, very lucky game for sure. Okay, let's review the actual chess rather than the time situation. So here I was completely winning. I think what I missed was after bishop takes, it opens up the file for the rook to just take a bunch of pawns. And then I made very silly mistakes where I blundered this because I had like 15 seconds left or something, and I thought that this would be okay because it attacks the rook. But then, obviously, after this, it is losing 100% because he can just take and then he can bring his rook across, and I can't really do anything about this stuff. And then somehow I managed to win it 2 pawns back and then play it out. I don't know how he lost this on time, but what a game. Very, very lucky. Just constantly pre-moving everything to finish off. Alright, so that's a couple of interesting games. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.